car is not from the motor pool.
No, it's not. Sexy though, isn't it?
So where's the office? Back at Division?
You're in the office, baby.
Today I'm having a vapor lock issue. After I drive my car for around an hour. After I drive my car for around an hour, I'm getting vapor lock out of it. Or when I take long trips, did a little research on the subject. The solution is, got this from Evil Energy. Put this on the line. It has a one-way, so it doesn't allow the vapor lock to go back. It's a one-way valve, or what do they call it here? Let me see. Check valve, 3/8 fuel check valve, one way for diesel gasoline. So you're supposed to put this in the line. It's saying you put it as close to your fuel pump as possible. So I have this Fitech. My problem is that you have two fuel pumps with the Fitech. So you have the one mechanical fuel pump right down in there. You can see it down in there. One mechanical fuel pump. And then you have the Fitech fuel pump that's up here. So I don't know which one could be actually vapor locking. With the Fitech, you have an inlet, so that one comes from the mechanical pump. It goes down and goes over to the mechanical pump. This line right here is a return, so when it gets above, I think 59 psi, it returns back to the tank. And then this middle one, this is what actually goes to the engine. It has a filter right here. It goes to the engine. And then, so what I'm supposed to do is at the point, which would be this point right here, closest to the fuel pump, I'm supposed to put this check valve in. So I'm gonna try this. What I'm worried about is, what if it's on the mechanical side? And the research I did said that it's not, if you put it on the mechanical side, you're not supposed to put a check valve on the intake side, so the side that's pulling fuel. So what do I do if the vapor lock is after the mechanical fuel pump, but before the Fitech fuel pump? You know what I mean? Then I can't put a check valve before the Fitech fuel pump. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put this check valve. It has direction on it, what direction it's supposed to go in. I'm gonna put this check valve right here in my line, and then see if that just works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just add another one on each line. But for now, I'm gonna just try that one out and see how it goes. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll cut the camera on in a little bit. I got the sleeve removed. Okay. Of course, always disconnect your battery first when you're working on anything. So I got the sleeve removed. I'm gonna put it around right here. Try to put it as close as I can. Try to put it about right there. So this valve, it has an arrow on it. We'll go right here. So I'm gonna try to put that about right there. It's just when it's heating up real good, you know, after it's hard to grab a hold of, because it's around about an hour, you know, of driving. It'll start stuttering, but if I just crank it up and take a little drive to the store, it runs perfect. So it's definitely, I feel like it's vapor locked. I covered all the sleeves. That's why I covered all the sleeves, because it was vapor locked, trying to keep the heat down, but it's still doing it. So I'm gonna put this check valve, and hopefully this check valve works. I'm gonna put that on, and then I'll check back in. Well, I'll start another video after that. All right, I made my cut right here. put my check valve right here. So that's the closest point I have to the fuel pump. So I'm gonna install that, and then I'll do another video after that. All right, I put the line lock, I put the check valve right here in my PSI at 61. It's running good. I'm gonna have to take it on a long drive just to see if it does it, because I have to drive it for about an hour. So I'm gonna have to take it on a long drive to see if it runs correctly. But right now it's running good. It always does this, but like an hour down the line, 45 minutes, an hour, or sometimes if I take it to fill up the tank, it'll start doing that. So I take it for a drive, and then after I take it for a drive, then I'll be able to thoroughly evaluate it. So we'll see from there. All right, I'm working on the El Camino. I'm having a problem with hesitation. It was at 45 minutes of hesitation before it started stuttering and spitting and stuttering. I put a check valve. So put the check valve. Put the check valve right in here, right here. I put a check valve right there. So there's a check valve right here. I put that check valve, and now it got worse. So it's now I'll drive it in around 10-15 minutes. It'll start stuttering and spitting and stuttering. So I think it might be something clogged in the fuel filter. So I'm gonna get this fuel filter, clean it out. I'm gonna clean out that fuel filter, and hopefully that works, because that's the Fitech fuel filter. I have another. You have to do a pre-fuel filter down here, and then you have to do a Fitech fuel filter up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that straight, pull it out, clean it out, use some soap and water, clean it out, and then I'm gonna try again. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I found what the culprit was. You can see this fuel filter. This is the worst fuel filter I think I've ever seen. I don't know if you can see that inside of there, but it's a huge chunk that's in there. I don't know how that got in there. Might be the gasket, but you can see how bad that is right there. That's terrible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a new filter on it. So I get that new filter on it and then go from there. So check in a little bit. All right, I'm working on the Elco, the fuel system. I had to order a new filter. The filter that I first ordered wasn't a 3/8, so I had to order a 3/8, and the one that I ordered, I got a better quality one. It's a Fram one. So this is a good quality piece. You can see a K&N, that Fram. So it's a pretty good quality piece. As you can see right there. And I'm looking at it, and I think I had the old one on backwards. So check your direction on those fuel filters. Some of them don't say which direction they're supposed to go. But I got that one. I cleaned up the Fitech fuel filter, and I cleaned up, and I bought a new one for this one. It was just so bad that I done started just replacing those instead of just replacing that filter inside. So I'm going to button this up and then go from there. Okay, I got the fuel filter, got everything zip tied up, as you can see. Zip tied all the way back. I had a couple areas that was open. Probably got to put another one right there. Got this all sealed up and everything on this end. So everything's sealed up and good. You know, I try to heat protect all my fuel lines because it's hot here. And, you know, that's key to try to prevent vapor lock. But other than that, everything is going good. I'm gonna button it up. I got a couple more zip ties to put on there, and then I'll be good to go, and I'll take it for a test drive. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I changed the fuel filter out. It's running a whole lot better. It's running extremely better. The throttle response is better. It's not hesitating as much. But the problem I've been having is for some reason, when I put a full tank of gas in, that's when I'm having my problem. And right now, I need a little fuel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little fuel in the tank. I'm gonna put a little fuel in the tank, and then I'm gonna see what happens. But right now it's running smoothly. You can kind of see it's running smoothly. I'm gonna put this gas in there and then see what happens.